Right, howdy folks. Look what we got on the front. We've got a rake on there. It's from Abimek UK. There's Simon from Abimek UK. He's a dealer for them, for the front rakes. And we're going to have a go banging a bit of hay with it, see how we get on. It's just a fair old lump stick it out the front. But we have got, I've lost signal on that one, but we have got twin cameras on the front, as you can see. One looking left, one looking right. We haven't got the aerial for the left down one, so that's why that's cutting in and out. But obviously that does allow you to pull out onto a road like this safely. So we'll give it a go. Quite interesting. Right. So look all right. Can't see left at the minute, but we're nudged out. We're out, boys. We're out. Yeah, it's actually not a lot further forward than a front mower would be. It's about another, I don't know, 10-20 centimetres further forward. So it's not, it's far enough out the front, but it's not silly out the front. And of course we've got the 3300 on the back. So yeah, quite interested to see how this is going to work. It's quite an outfit, I'll give it that. Simon, who I was just mentioning, he's got a 4220. He has this front rake on it. He has a big baler, a big square bale Massey on the back, and then he has a quadra-pack on the back of that. So that is a hell of an outfit he's got. He has. But yeah, we'll get in the field and see what's what. Alright folks, now you may notice I've already raked round the outside. I did that yesterday so that we could let the outside just have a bit extra on it. So we'll see what this rake will do. So it's quite an odd experience having a front rake on it. Don't know why, it just is. You know, I am used to having other stuff on the baler on the back, like accumulators and that sort of thing, but I've never had I've had a squisher on the front, and for squishing down high rows. But like I say, it's the first time I've had a rake on, so I can now literally go wherever I want and make myself a row, which has just taken a little bit of getting used to. myself another sort of headland here. Put that down. Oh, watch what you're doing. I'll have plenty of room to turn. Well, this block here is actually quite a nice long rectangular field, this is, so this will be some easy raking. It's doing a nice good job. As you can see, well, it's an oil powered rake. It runs off the, well, you need two services. You need one service to lift it up, which I'm using the front service for, and then for actually powering the rake, powering the rotors, you need it to be on a free flow return. So what we've got is two long pipes round to the back into the free flow return on the back of the tractor, and then and we've run another pipe for the pressure as well. So I'm running the actual rotors themselves are powered off the back spools, and the front and the lift is run off the front. So there we go. Right, drop that down. I've got it, the up and down mapped to the onto the joystick. So that makes it easy. It's just a lot, because it's obviously I've only just started with it. There's a lot to take in. So this is like any new machine, you got to get used to it. So I apologise if the commentary is not as good as it sometimes normally is, but I've got a lot to control. I've got to make sure the baler's doing what it's doing, and I've got to make sure that the rake's doing what it's doing. Now, I actually could have run this on GPS, but only yesterday the trimble was taken out of this to go in the combine, because we'll be combining soon. So if I'd have had the trimble, I could, on these long runs, I could have used the auto steer. But instead I am doing it BALE, which ain't that, it's bloody easy, because there's my front rake there. You'll notice there's quite a slow rotation on the rotors, but to be fair, it doesn't need to be any more than that. It's sweeping up. You know, we're doing 5 miles an hour because there's a heavy crop in here, and it's going fast enough to sweep. Obviously I can adjust the flow. I can slow it down or speed it up via the computer on the flow rates for the services. But it's set about right at the minute. We're cruising for a bruising. One thing you have to be aware of is you can't turn very tight with it, because the swath then won't go up the front of the baler, because obviously when you turn, the baler cuts in a bit. So if you do a tight turn, the baler cuts in, and then it doesn't manage to pick the swath up. You know, the swath moves to one side, and you'll bung the one side of the pickup up. That's what you'll do. So you got to sort of think of it. You can't rake up like you would normally rake a field, you know, because you can turn tight with it, but I wouldn't be able to pick it up immediately. I'd have to lift the pickup up and then go over it again. You know, go over it again with a rake up and just with a baler, so I can get the correct angle on the swath. What we'll do here is we'll lift up, lift my pickup up, and I'll do the same as I did down the other end. I shall just create myself a bit of a bigger headland. Obviously, after a bit of time and practice, I'd probably figure out a more easier, sensible way to do it. But for the time being, this is how I'm doing it. So drop that down, drop the pickup and the baler down, and we are away. Just have a quick look around this Abimac. It's a 6810-11. Now this is Simon from Abimac. How are we doing, Simon?
Alright.
Now this is a 7 metre version, isn't it? You do?
Yeah, we do a 6, a 7 and an 8.
Yep.
This one is your 7 metre, your middle of the range model. 6, 8, 10, 11 tyne arms per rotor. Hydraulic drive, this particular one. You can get PTO drive if you wish. A few of the features, we've got oil immersed cam track, permanently oil immersed.
Yep.
Adjustable pitch and deliver on the cam track.
Oh, just there, yeah, I'm seeing it, yep, yep.
So you can make a wider or a narrower swath without actually physically narrowing on.
Yeah, you can adjust it on the cam track, yeah.
You can adjust them on the cam track. You've got shear protection just in here.
Yep.
Which, if you do it something really nastily foreign, 2 roll pins, that short shaft, away you go again.
That shears rather than
yeah,
rather than.
But you have to be hitting something fairly
pretty
nasty,
hard, like
pretty nasty.
Yeah,
that one.
yeah.
Your front wheel, you run on your front wheel most of the time, which gives you excellent ground contouring because that front wheel hits it before the wheels.
Yep.
And so you've only got really the distance from that wheel to those wheels.
Which is nothing at all, really, is it? No.
Point to follow the ground.
No, that's good. To be fair, it looks a very well made machine. It's made in Italy, isn't it?
Made in Italy,
Yep.
yeah, northern Italy, just below Turin. Family firm. I've been making rakes for about 40 years, and they diversified into making front rakes. So the actual rotors are the ones that go on their back mounted rakes.
Yeah, there's same thing sort of thing. Yeah.
So they make trailed ones, twin rotors, offset ones, single rotors, all sorts of things.
Yeah.
but diversified into this too as a niche market.
Yeah.
When we started importing.
Lovely job. On the front you got, here's the cameras you've got for when you're poking your nose out of the gateway, front and left, which work very well. You got a flasher either side there, directional flasher.
Yep.
You got
indicators and side lights and work lights.
and work lights on the front.
All standard.
Yep. All standard fit.
All standard fit.
Yep.
Yep.
Lovely job.
We found the cameras seem to work very well.
Yeah.
We used to have mirrors, but the cameras are just better, far better, a lot safer.
Yeah, a lot easier to see, I should think. Yeah, a lot safer.
See both ways.
Yeah. Lovely job. Thank you very much, Simon.
Not a problem.
Well, as you can see, we're nearly done this field. Yeah, got on pretty well with it. It's a shame I haven't been able to try it in, you know, in a small little odd shaped field, you know, with sort of you know, a pointy bit in it, you know, that sort of thing, so to make it a bit more tricky to row up. Just been to see how it would work in a smaller field like that. But up and down in something like this, well, it's easy. Only downside I've found so far, or one of the downsides, is this is some, you know, very dry hay this is, and you can see it's just sort of fluffing everywhere. So it is meaning the rad, you know, the grill and the rads on the fast tracker are blocking up fairly regularly, which just means getting out and giving a brush down. But yeah, apart from that, it's cleaning up nice. Tractor's powering it, you know, easily. It takes no power at all to get it to turn. I think the spool that's running the rotors is on about 30% flow. Is it 30%? I forget. Might be a bit higher than that. Might be 40%. But it's not a lot. Doesn't take a lot. Yeah, ground contour. There are some good dips and hollers in here, and ground contour is very good. It is actually, it's fully 3-point linkage mounted at the minute, including the top link. But if you're in a ridge and furrow field, so you've got, you know, lots of ridge and furrows like that, dips and hollers, you can take the top link off to give it even more contour following, if you know what I mean. This is a 7-metre version. This is, and it's on a par with a similar size rear mounted rake. You know, it says the cost difference is you know, there is no cost difference really. So yeah, it's doing a good job. And here's some, you know, there's a thick old crop here. This stood about 5 foot tall, this crop. Right, well, let's give you a little glimpse of what this front rake is like. This Abermac front rake. Hope you've enjoyed the vid and found it quite informative. I've certainly found it quite fun raking and baling at the same time. So yeah, job's a good one. if you feel like this might be the tool for you, give Simon a ring, have a Mac, and I'm sure we'll sort you out a demo. So I'll see you on the next one. Ta-ta!